Hello, hello, and welcome, one and all. I gotta find all my tools. We just moved everything in our garage. Alrighty. Let's see here. So, first things first, we gotta remove these wheels. They gotta come off because I'm going to put these wheels on another bike. Yeah. There we go. Set this over here for now. And then put that through axle through. Actually, hold on. If I don't do this, pro tip, put this back in. Because this is just isn't going to have wheels for a little bit. So just put that back in. You'll be a lot happier. On to the rear wheel. And so getting this off is much easier if you shift all the way down. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Is it this? Yeah. All right. And now we will remove this wheel because we're also going to remove the drivetrain and swap some tires and do some wheel changes and all sorts of fun stuff. So I hope everybody is excited. Let's see. Now these are both Maxell mounted, so it requires a 6mm. I don't know if my microphone is in a good spot or not. Hopefully it is. All right, I'll take this out. And then pro tip, once more, put this back where it came out of and you won't lose it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So let's see. Go ahead and get the drivetrain off. Because all of this, so I took the wheels off. I've got some tires over there, and I'm going to take the drivetrain off, and it's all going to go on that bike that's above the jogging stroller. So that is what we're planning on doing here. So first things first is I need to come in here, remove the chain. So I've got a little quick link breaker tool I'll use for that. Let's see. Finding the quick link is always the toughest. Aha, there it is. That's all right there. We'll just let that hang. Pop that out. Then we will feed this through the rear derailleur, like so. Take it. I always like to lay it somewhere in the direction that it is supposed to go. A lot of people don't know, but chains are directional. Hello, Federico Spinelli. I like your last name. That is cool. Can you help me with my bike? How can I clean the chase? I'm not sure what you mean by the chase. Can you is there another name for it? The chain? Is that what you meant? Happy to help. Chains. Okay. All right. So cleaning a chain is relative. Actually, I just took my chain off. Let me show you. So what you can do is remove the chain off the bike, and you really don't even need anything like crazy expensive or anything. If you have like a bowl or uh, like a dish of some sort, you can wrap it up and put it down in that and spray a thin layer of WD-40 or just some sort of degreaser. And so when you do that, let it sit in that degreaser for, I don't know, probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Once it's done, you can take it out and then just clean it with water. Um, and then slap it back on. And then what you want to do after that, obviously, is lubricate it. Because if you don't lubricate it, it's going to rust and it's not going to operate very efficiently. So yeah, you can take it off WD-40 in a deep little dish thing, put a thin layer in there, and that's what you can do. Now, I will say, you can do that, or you can do a lot of companies. One that comes to mind like immediately is Muck Off. It's Mukoff, and they sell a chain cleaner, which actually, it's like a degreaser kind of solution, and that stuff is really good. I've used that before in the past, and really, you can get one of those. It looks like a kind of looks like a squirt gun, where it's like it's weird. It's got like a barrel where you put the cleaner in. You put the cleaning solution in, and then you run the chain through and just cycle it through, and that will get you. That'll clean the chain, and then again, I of course after you clean it, you need to make sure you lubricate it. So, all right. So let's go here. I'll turn the light on so you can see this. I need to remove this shifter. SRAM and the new Axis stuff. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. We also just did some flooring in our basement, so that's what all this is. So let me see if I can get a better angle here. This is there we go. Ignore the duck in the back. So SRAM actually changed these. They're a little pod now instead of what they were before. And so it actually, if you loosen the bolt right here, this will pop out. And then you can put this on another one of these locks. So that's what I'm going to do. But it looks like a T25 is what I need. Let's do a 6 here. And then T25. So what we will do is loosen this bolt here. There's a bolt right. I can't really get a good angle on it, but loosen this bolt here. It's not very tight either. The torque on it's only 2 Newton meters. But this should pop right out of here. If I can remember how to do it. Right there. Yeah, there we go. And then there we go. We got our little pod. And that's what we're going to put on another bike. And I have another one of these attachments. So that's all we need right now. Cool stuff, cool stuff. So I'm going to set this over here. And I've got, where did that go? Got a brand new one somewhere. It's a coupon. Well, I can't find it. What the heck did I do with it? Did I leave it inside? Hold on. Everybody hold on. Nope. Interesting. All right, I'll find it later. Doesn't matter. All righty, so let's zoom back out here. And then what we'll need to do is, you know what I should have done first, to be honest? Honestly, I should have definitely should have removed the pedals. I need to get these pedals off. Yeah, that spins pretty freely. I was kind of worried. This bottom bracket is kind of due for a change out. You can see if I zoom in there, spins pretty freely. Still got a little bit of noise in there. Just the tiniest amount of little side to side play. So, all right, let me see. I know that I can't get these off, but I'm going to try anyway. And if not, I'm going to have to put some. Hey! Never say never. Can you see that? Look at that. That is a loose pedal, ladies and gentlemen. Loose pedal. So we're going to bring this out here. There we go. And that's got a pedal washer on the inside of it. Hopefully that's going to stay there because I always lose those stupid things. And then we're going to set this on the side here. This can go up here. And then I need to get the other one. This one might be harder. I don't know though. See if I can. No. Yeah. Yeah. Dang it. Oh no. All right. It's clobbering time. Let's go. There's got to be a better way for me to do this. Hold on. I'm overthinking it here. So I grab. Damn. Yeah. What will we do? What will we do? I can't get this loose. And the other one came right off. Let's see. Can I hold this side? And then. Oh, shoot. That's not ideal. I could tighten it. I don't need to tighten it. Maybe if I get on this side. Let's see. There we go. And all it took was for me to smash my pinky. Beautiful. All right. There we go. Yep. All it took, just a little pinky smash. No big deal though. Zoom back out here. And now we have basically a completely stripped bike. Very cool. You may be asking, why are we doing this? Well, I'm going to take everything that I just took off of this bike and I'm going to put it on that one. That's kind of near the child jogging stroller. So take this down. I'm going to hang this back up here. Hang it by its chainstay there. Actually, let me do the other one. All right. That's good there. And now we'll take our next bike here. And this, what we're going to transfer everything to. All right. Zoop. All right. Now, you may notice, or you may not notice, I don't know, that this is a single speed currently. Now, I had a baby, or my wife and I had a baby. I didn't have a baby. And I haven't had much time at all to ride a single speed, and it takes a lot of specific training. Okay. I have a race coming up, and a hardtail would be perfect for it. So what I'm going to do is put everything that I just took off of that other bike onto this bike and make a nice, fast hardtail that's light and cool. I don't know about cool, but you know, makes me feel cool. Nothing else, right? All right. So just like the other bike, first things first is we need to remove these wheels. So we're going to need a 6mm Allen key, because both of these are also Maxell through axles, meaning they don't have a lever. They require an Allen key. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to set this over here for now. Now I keep waffling back and forth because I've got to put some tires on, and I keep waffling back and forth between a set of 2.25 Maxxis Aspens that I've got. They're super fast. They're a super fast tire, very light. Not the greatest traction. Not terrible. Like there's far worse, right? There's a lot that's considerably worse than the. Oh wait! I forgot to hold the phone, everybody. One thing we need to do here, I almost forgot. It's just a lot easier. Is while the wheel is still in, we need to readjust our single speed sliders and push them back in. So what I'm talking about is this little doodad right here is the tensioner. So that puts pressure here and it moves it back. These bolts are what clamp down the slider. So we need to tighten those or loosen those and slide it back forward. So we'll go ahead and do that here. There. There. And then on the other side, it's identical to this side. So I just got to loosen 3 bolts, 3 on this side because there's one on the brake so that the brake can pivot along that along the slider. So loosen these. And then what we'll do is loosen completely this little bolt right here. So you tighten it down. That's the wrong size. If you tighten it down, that puts more tension on the chain. If you loosen it, that lessens the tension. So really all we need to do is back this all the way out, because the pivot less actually has different dropouts for gears and where the derailleur hanger lives and stuff. So just on the other side here, there's 2 tensioners, obviously left and right. Back it out all the way. And then you just give the wheel a little love tap. That slides it all the way forward. And then what we'll do now is take the wheel off. We don't need to tighten those back down. So, no, not a fixie, just a single speed. But what I'm doing, and don't hate me, is I took all of this stuff off of that frame that's back there. It's my full suspension. It's down there. I'm putting gears on it. And there's a reason. I swear. I'm cool, I promise. But the reason is I don't have a lot of time to ride single speed anymore. When I ride, it's normally on gears. So I got to ride what I have time for. We just had a baby. So, all right, take this wheel off. This is going to slot out here. And then chain off. I'll set this by its sibling. Put this back in for now. And then could be lighter. Yeah, you know what? You're right. No brakes. If I just ran a coaster brake. Well, actually, you don't even need a coaster brake. What do you need coaster brakes for when you got 2 good feet? Huh? Am I right? Am I right? I've actually only like kind of tootled around on a fixie. I've never gone fast on a fixie, and the thought of it alone kind of scares me. So, but I digress. So I don't need this chain anymore. This is it's funny, when I ride single speed, I just ride, if I can get it in focus here, that's a 9-speed SRAM chain. That's what I run. Or KMC 9-speed chain. I've got I have the most luck out of those. Those are my chains of choice. All right, so what we need to do now is change all of this out. So this slides and like tensions your chain, and it's designed to do so. If I can get a good shot there, you can see along these, it slides. So what I need to do is replace these with the non-sliding ones. And I think I have to take the brake off, but I'll get to that in a minute. 12 bikes. Oh my goodness. 12 is more than I have. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, my wife is here now. She has come out to say hello. There she is. There's the baby. The reason I can't ride single speed. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Nope. She's nervous. Industry for 16 years. And went to, oh man, I always wanted to go to Interbike. But funnily enough, I worked for a bike shop in college, a very small town, very small bike shop. And one of the reps, I think he had somebody cancel or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Anyway, he reached out to me and asked if I wanted to go to Interbike, and I couldn't because it was finals or midterms or something. There was some reason I couldn't go. So that sucks, but I'm jealous. I always wanted to go. Always wanted to. Probably good for my bank account that I didn't go, though, because I would have bought a lot. Okay, so now I need to find the dropouts that go to my pivot. Since my lovely wife is out here now, I can ask her. Do you know where those are? I think they might be in here. Yeah. All right. Am I going to hit the... All right. I might hit the tripod here. Whoops. Sorry. I know what bag this stuff is in if I can find it. Let's see here. It's in like a bubble mailer. Huh? No. This is I labeled this one seal kit for something mock dropper. Pivot mock dropper. That's what it was. The disc brakes. Okay, I'm not like ride or die on disc brakes, to be honest, on my road bike. Now, mountain bike, you couldn't pay me to not use disc brakes. But road bike, I don't really feel that much of a difference. And they're a little bit heavier and a little less efficient. My dad, he still rides on rim brakes. Wheels and everything are much lighter. The bike overall is a lot better. Oh, yeah, gravel bike too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But even then, I don't feel my gravel bike is a little bit older. So it's got some older brakes, and maybe it's just the older ones that have the problem, but I do not get that much. I don't have that much power behind them. So they feel really sketchy, to be honest. I'm trying to find this bag still. Did you looked in there? Mm-hmm. It wasn't in there?
I know what bag you're talking about. I have not seen that bag.
I know exactly where it was.
In the apartment?
In the apartment. It was in one of those baskets.
Well, it should be in... Those are the only baskets.
Yeah. Honestly,
Here, you want to hold the munchkin and hold it?
Honestly, should have found this before, but here we are. Small interlude. This was stuff that was in the garage. You don't think it's in there? My tire box. Well, shoot. Yeah, you know what bag I'm talking about, don't you? A velodrome would be so fun. I think it would be really fun. I know that the G-forces and stuff that hit you are pretty intense. I get pretty motion sick, so I don't know if I would be able to do it. But the thought of it sounds really cool. Yeah, and it's got a drivetrain in it too. Yeah, but I don't remember what box it was. Yeah, if you guys ever move, label things. It makes it a lot easier. Is it in the house? Yeah, velodrome would be awesome. So totally agree with that. All right, so how does this bottom bracket feel? It feels pretty good. Actually, while my wife is looking for that box, it's a good time to wipe my bike down because it is pretty dirty. Actually, I thought I cleaned this. Ooh, a crit rider. All right. See, I've never done a crit. Never done a crit, and I've never actually, I take that back. I've never raced a road bike. I've done there was like this time trial series, not series, but this event. It was kind of like a race, but not really. But I've never raced road before. I only gravel and mountain bike for me. So far, I won't say never, but crit's terrifying. I'm also not a built like a crit racer. I am small, also timid. small and timid, so I wouldn't do well in a crit.
I was hoping you might be in the bike closet, but it's not.
It's not in there.
Not unless it's in one of the camping boxes, which it could be, but I can't look.
Oh yeah. You want me to take her?
Yeah. I'm gonna-
My hands are dirty, but
That's okay.
hello.
Don't need the microphone.
Yeah, don't eat the microphone. We have a special guest, everybody. The maintenance baby has returned. 5'10", 200 pounds. All right. So for reference, I am 5'4", 128 pounds. So 128, 127, something like that. So I am not a big power guy. Definitely more of a climber for sure. If I had to pick between the two, definitely more of a climber. These, by the way, I've actually got a short on my channel about these. I love these cleaning wipes. This is where it's at. Leg pressing 630. Is that what that said? 630. Yeah, 630. Wow, that's crazy. You know, I will say I did because I do some weight training as well when I'm able to, and I will say I did deadlift 265 pounds, 265 or 255. I can't remember. Which, you know, at my weight, that's pretty good. Nothing to really write home about, but it's pretty good for me. So we're giving this a good wipe down here. Speaking of brakes, I would actually really like to get a new set of brakes for this. It says this Shimano SLX brakes, and they've done really well. I've had this bike for like 4 or 5 years. They've done really well, not bad mouthing them. But my full suspension has SRAM Guide Ultimate 2s, I think. SRAM something. And my word, those are a lot better. Those are so much better. Pedro whites with texture. These are Silca, but essentially the same thing. Yeah. So like one side is kind of gritty. It's got a little bit of texture, and then the other side is softer. So you can do one and then the other. It's pretty neat. And especially for me, because I don't like spending time cleaning my bikes. So also, Legend, I appreciate you being in the chat. It's also it's really fun to converse while doing this. While you're here, how does the audio sound? I'm using like this wireless microphone. I'm just kind of curious how it sounds. Yeah, that's the bag. The torque wrench. All right. Everybody, the bag has been found.
The big torque wrench, the press kit.
We found the big torque wrench. We found the bearing press kit.
The bleed kit.
The bleed kit. I found some Racer's Edge ESI grips. No. These are just, I think one of us won these at a race. I think my wife actually won these at a race. And they're the Racer's Edge, and they're not bad. And my Merrills, all right. I don't wear those anymore, but they're here. Thank you for finding that.
You're welcome.
All right. What is it? Yes, I love my wife. She's making me say it. See, okay, so I've not ridden an e-bike yet. And I kind of, that's more on like on purpose than anything, because if I ride one, I'll probably not want to ride a regular bike ever again. You know what I mean? Alora was great, by the way. She was an excellent help. All right, so this is what I need, I think. Yes.
Yeah, that should be the ones.
Rim tape, salsa.
Yeah, I've pulled a lot of the, I've pulled just like all the bike stuff.
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
that box.
Sweet.
I don't wanna follow.
Naturally. All right, this is what I was needing. So these are the replacement plates for the sliding dropouts here. So we're going to swap that out now. Then I might not do the tires tonight. I might just put the wheels on and make sure the brakes are okay. And then that way I'm not down here super late. Also, dropper lever. That's cool. Nice to have. Now, where do you stand, Mr. Legend? Where do you stand on droppers? That seems to be surprisingly still a contested debate these days.
Why would you not ride a dropper?
Yeah, my wife and I both are of the opinion, like, why would you not ride a dropper? Oh, hey, some pedal washers. That's cool. I actually need some. Sick.
We get to a funny discussion on that.
Let's see. Rock shock for the win. Yes, sir.
You know,
Yeah, my wife had a P&W, or has a P&W that is very nice. DMT. Didn't you try DMT? Remember we got it.
DVO.
Was it DVO and it didn't fit? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was too. It was too. No, it was. I needed cable, or I needed something. I needed externally routed versus internal.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
'Cause it was a
Yeah.
sick dropper.
Yeah, it was a DVO. I think it was called like Garnet or something.
It was an awesome dropper.
But her bike is externally routed. It's a little older hardtail. Yeah, an older pivot less. And the dropouts, or the seat tube on the bike does not pass through, and so you had to externally route it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is remove this little guy.
Did you want to talk about what we had for dinner?
What you had for dinner?
Yeah.
What did my daughter had dinner already without me?
What did you have for dinner?
It's not very nice.
I said I had strawberry pudding and a yogurt, and I liked it.
Oh, 26-inch of the SRAM X9. Oh my goodness. My first mountain bike. Granted, this was only, it really wasn't that long ago. 8 years ago? 8 years ago, I guess. I got it off Craigslist. It was like my dad and I had just gotten into the hobby, and it was a 26er Specialized. I think it was a rock hopper, if I remember correctly, and it was heavy. It was so heavy.
That was before the white Niner, right?
The orange one?
I thought you had a white one.
No, that was the rock hopper. That was
That's
white.
right. You
Yeah.
had the orange Niner with the
Correct.
freaking nightmare of arm drive.
Yes. Ooh, a Masu Dura Ace. My road bike has Ultegra Di2. I'm kind of like, we talked about the disc brakes. I'm on the complete opposite side of electronic drivetrains. Probably will never go back. I love the Di2 stuff.
I have yet to ride anything with an electronic drivetrain.
Oh yeah, you haven't.
Because we haven't put electronics on. Well, we would.
No, I don't think you could really on yours.
Electronics on my Lettuce.
All right, so I'm gonna remove this. from here just for now. DT Swiss. That I have DT Swiss on the wheel set I'm putting on this bike. They're Roval, but they're DT Swiss. I think 240. Don't quote me on that because I don't remember, but I think 240. Do you remember, Alyssa?
No,
No.
I don't remember when you got those wheels.
They came on that bike.
I remember your I9
Yeah, they're over here.
and you standing in the hallway for
20
20 minutes just buzzsawing them. I still think mine sound better than yours.
Nope. They sound the same.
They sound better. They sound better because they're prettier.
They're prettier. Yeah, my wife's wheels sound better because they're prettier.
But they are prettier.
They are. They're pretty. Do I even want to do this? Yeah, I guess I do. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It's 350s. 350s, not...
What are you talking about? Oh, you're putting electronics on that one?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not doing that. That was pointless. Shouldn't have done it. No, I need a like a press. I need a hydraulic press. But yeah, but I think you're right. I think they're the 350s. Great hubs, though. I've got a set of i9 too, the Hydra. They're a big fan of. Only thing I'm not a big fan of those is the maintenance on them is kind of not fun. Why will this not go in? How much of that did she? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, good, good. White and black is the three. Yeah, okay. Yep. 350. You were correct. Which way does this go? This way. Oh. Oh, yeah. One day I'll be getting Laura's race bike ready instead of my own.
Now you'll be doing mine first. Then you can put yours.
That's what I said. Yeah, I feel like the i9 hubs are just, they're fantastic, but man, are they a pain to work on. Almost to the point where it's just like, I'm just going to send it in or have a shop do it or something. I don't know.
Shout out to Sammy Clark.
Oh, yes, if you guys watch the Women's Pro crit racing, one of the girls that rides around here, one of the ladies that rides around here, she does ride for N+1, but she rides for her college too, which is Mullen, whatever. Anyway, a rider that we know and race with pretty frequently just won the pro women's crit in Nashville, which is pretty sick. So shout out to Sammy. All right, so now in the place of that just nub is going to go this derailleur hanger. So I can use that for, hey, Vila, thank you. Go fast, be safe, all that stuff. All right, so we'll tighten this up. Your guest appearance is over. All right, everybody say bye to Alora. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. No? All right. Maybe later. All right. So now, with this on there, even though it's a little ugly, we've got the ability to run a derailleur. Very exciting. So that, I guess, should be what we do next. one thing I am going to do, these brake rotors are different, so I'm going to go ahead and reset these brake rotors while I'm thinking about it. Or I'm sorry, these brake pads while I'm thinking about it. Otherwise I will forget. And then I'll be confused as to why the thing doesn't fit. Ugh. Go ahead and do that to the front too while I'm at it. All right. So, Logan Loader. I don't know who that is under UCI. See, that's like mountain biking, at least around here, it's a little more grassroots. So there's not really a, my first mountain bike race, I just showed up and said, yeah, I'm going to race Cat 1. And so that's what I did. They let me. They let me race Cat 1 because I showed up and that's what I said I was. And that is what I raced. But UCI stuff, I know there's a lot of controversy with UCI. The way that they handle things and all of that jazz. But, at least they have that. They have the categorization and all that stuff. It makes it a little bit easier to follow. All right. So I got to torque these down now. And it actually says, thankfully, the Newton meters on here. So I've got my torque wrench set for that. Go ahead and tighten it down here. Now, really, I could have a wider wheelbase if I wanted to, because I could swing these back like I'm come out of there while because I'm technically racing, on the gears, but I could slide it back a little bit and have a wider wheelbase. I don't want to do that though because I really don't like wide wheelbases. I prefer shorter, so. I will look them up. I will look them up. I love talking about people that we know that, are pros or semi-pro or whatever. I think that's just really neat. So we'll go ahead, tighten this side down. Excellent. One more. All right, there we go. So now, Cat 3 Pro, that's awesome. That's awesome. I think if I raced road, I would be forever, I'd just be permanently stuck in what's the lowest one, Cat 6? Cat 5? I don't remember. Whatever the lowest one is the one that I would be stuck in forever. So, all right. Now we need to install the derailleur itself, which is right here. Cat 5. Okay, yeah. That's the one I would be permanently stuck in. I don't think I would ever get out of Cat 5. And I would be fine with that, That's just... Every event needs Cat 5, right? Like you wouldn't have an event if you didn't have Cat 5 riders. So really, I would be doing them a favor. They could always count on me to be their Cat 5 guy. I'm also just not a sprinter. I cannot sprint to save my life. I am a terrible sprinter. That is a hill I'll die on. I mean, I've hit 700 watts before, which my body weight is, whoops, it's the wrong bolt. My body weight isn't like paltry, but still, it's not very good. All right, so let's torque this one down to, just to be on the safe side here. Yeah, see, 2200 watts, I don't think I would ever see that in my life. I don't think anything I would do could ever get me. I'm too small. I'm trying to think of what, if I did 2200 watts, I'm trying to think of what my watts per kilo would be. God, that'd be, oh man, what would that be? Let's see here. I don't remember. I don't remember what I weigh in kilograms. Oh no. Somebody Google it for me. 128 pounds in kilograms. And then do watts per kilo if I was doing 2200 watts. It'd be insane. It'd be like 14 watts per kilo or something. No, I haven't had a chance yet. I'm live streaming this from my phone, and that's the only thing I have out here. But I will once I get a chance. So now, do some easy stuff. Kind of cap off the. This is the right. This is the left. Go ahead and put some pedals on here. Putting pedals on. Oh no, you're totally fine. I almost brought my laptop out here, but honestly, it would just get really dirty. Put some grease on the pedal. Set this over here. And then I need the 8. I'm not going to tighten these down all the way. Just going to snug them up so that they're on there. There is that one. And then I'll do the other one. One of the saddest stories. Too much torque. My only thing that's like that, that's kind of like similar, is I pulled my cleat out of my shoe one time. Now, I don't know if that was me or if that was just a very poorly tightened cleat. And I think it's that. I think it was just a very poorly tightened cleat. But it's always fun to say, you know, oh yeah, I pulled my cleat off. All right, there we go. Beauty. Excellent. All right, so now we need to install the shifter. And for the shifter, I've got the piece over here that I think it's going to have to go right here. I'm going to have to move my brake lever just a smidge. Let's see what it does, though, first. Instead of... Shoo, 56 miles. My hardest crash to date is... I was doing 28 miles an hour, I think. Maybe 30, and I crossed wheels with a guy. It was really sad too, because like I had just started road biking, and so I was, after that, mortified. Didn't want to do it anymore. Was absolutely mortified by that. The only reason I continued to road bike after that is because I spent so much money on my bike. So much money to me at the time, right? I got it on eBay. I think it was $500. That might be perfect right there. Can you imagine if that works out? Okay. Let me, what is that? That is just a little Allen key. Is it too small? Yep. I don't know what my like fastest speed ever is. I need to look. Did they show that on Strava? Be cool to see. Right. Remove that. That's gross. And then what do I do with that? Pod is in my pocket. Aha. I think it's supposed to go outward, like so. I'm gonna put the grip back on. And then tighten this back down. Rule number 5. I do not know that rule. Is it like the FTP rule where the your FTP is just whatever the one person says plus 10 watts? I know that rule. It's pretty good right there. I have to mess with it and see, but let me put that. Let me put this on here. Tighten this down. There we go. Now that is T25. Oh, then I don't know I don't know that rule, unfortunately. Can you enlighten me? Tell me what that rule is. There we go. Yeah, go ahead and throw it in the chat. I think you can throw it in the chat, right? Maybe not. Oh, shit. Why did I do that? Let me make sure I can. I think that'll be okay. I guess we can see. We'll find out, right? We'll find out. I got to write it. I got to mess around with it and write it. But putting that on, zoom out here. Listen closely. Yeah, we're cooking now. All right. Tighten this down. And then I'm going to put the wheels back on. I need a 6. I need the lid to my grease that I have misplaced here somewhere. I literally just took it off. What did I do with it? Why does everything just disappear suddenly? Harden the F up. Ah, see? I've heard that. You know, HTFU. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. But I did not know that was that rule. So you learn something new every day. I just realized I never slid this one, so I need to do that real quick. Then I'm going to put the wheels on and probably call it a day after that because it is getting kind of late here. I still need to eat dinner, get the baby ready for bed, all sorts of life stuff. Why did that slide the wrong way? Interesting. All right, well, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about, but there's a slight... Yeah, there's plenty of room there. Slide forward. All right, don't tell anybody I did this, but I'm going to tap it with something something rubber and not very hard. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, I'll tighten that back down now. And then, like I said, I'll put the wheels on, and it's probably time to call it a day. Also, it's getting cold. We had where I live, we had a taste of some nice spring warm weather, and that's gone. It left just as quickly as it showed up, unfortunately. So, all right, let's get this wheel back on. Again, I'm going to change these tires just because these are my like more aggressive tires. Right now on the wheels, front and rear, I've got Vittoria. What are they called? Sierra 2.4s. They're labeled. Funnily enough, they're labeled as a what does it say? Down country? Yeah, down country tire. Actually, big fan of these tires, but they're a little too aggressive for the race that we're doing. So, I'm gonna swap those out. Arizona, it's hot there. Yeah, I'm jealous. I hate cold. I hate the cold weather, especially at this point, because like I've been on the trainer for months now, and it's just miserable. And then we get a little taste, because I'm from Kentucky. I live in Kentucky, and we get a little taste of warmer weather right around this time of year, and then so there we go. We'll find the quick link here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Ah, there it is. A little tip here. If you get your quick link to the top of the chainstay, you can just snap it into place there. So let's see how it shifts, shall we? Honestly, not that bad for a bike that I just set the drivetrain on. The B screw needs to be tightened a little bit. Go ahead and do that actually while I'm thinking about it. 3. Because that was not opening enough, that's for sure. Just do it a little bit. I always do. When I do derailleur adjustments, it's always just a little increment at a time. There we go. All right. So that's probably good for now. Coolio. So the DT Swiss hub. Excuse me. Now we'll do the front tire. Ow. I bounced it, and it bounced up and smashed the Allen key between my finger. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. That is pretty much everything I wanted to do tonight. There's a few things left. I need to, first of all, I need to get a different Garmin mount. Look at this freaking ugly Garmin mount. Like, I don't know where that came from. It doesn't match a thing that I own, like nothing, literally nothing. So I don't know where it came from, but I need to change tires. That might be it, actually. After I change the tires and just kind of ride it around and see how it fits, how it feels, all that jazz, pretty much ready to go. Changing the tires is going to be fun. Oh, I can show. Hold on. Before I go, check this out. Bam. It's, yes, it looks awfully suggestive. But it's a Cushcore tire lever. It's like the ultimate tire lever or something. But it also looks like a joystick from an arcade machine. This thing rules. This is amazing. It's changed my life for changing tires, to be honest. And got it at N+1 Bikes. If you're in the need or want to buy some very top of the line, excellent bike things, I suggest you go to N+1. Based out of Louisville, Kentucky, but they also have pretty much not worldwide. I won't say worldwide, but they have shipping basically everywhere. And that to me is awesome. If you need anything, check them out. They've got a website, shipping to the United States, throughout the United States. Not sure about the world, although I'm sure you could talk them into it. They are, a little fun fact about the shop. N+1 is the number one, I'm not making this up, they are the number one IBIS dealer. Number one IBIS dealer. You think in the world? You think in the country? No, it's the world. They're the number one IBIS dealer in the world, which is nuts when you think about it. So shout outs to them. Love the guys at the shop. Excellent group of guys. So that's that. All right. Well, like I said, I think that's everything I wanted to do. So I'm going to sign off here. Legend, I appreciate you hanging around, chatting with me. That was a lot of fun. Hope everybody enjoyed it, maybe learned something. So peace out, everybody.